Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. Today our adventuring party is trying to find the entrance to a secret temple. They've arrived at the area and they find an archway, which is a door to nowhere. They can walk in, out, there's nothing there but the archway. Now, with them, they have brought a parchment with a riddle on it that should help them figure out how to open the door. And surrounding the door are 5 different pillars with different engravings and bowls on top of them, and it looks like you could put things in. Now, this puzzle was submitted by my friend and patron of the channel, Celeste, and in fact, she even ran a one-shot where I got to experience this puzzle firsthand. So I hope you like it. This would make a great puzzle to begin an adventure with. This is The Door to Nowhere. Before we get started, just a reminder, if you have not joined our Discord yet, I highly encourage you to do so. Come on over and hang out with me and a lot of cool folks who know a lot about D&D. And please consider supporting this channel by hitting that subscribe button and picking up a copy of my brand new book, Wally DM's Journal of Puzzle Encounters, available now on DriveThruRPG. So our adventuring party has encountered an area like this where we have 5 different pedestals, and these pedestals have a bowl on top of it so that you could actually place things inside of it. There's also our door to nowhere. So this is just an archway door sitting out in the middle of this area here. And as you can see, our dwarf friend can pass through in this way, out this way, with no effects. This door absolutely goes to nowhere. Well, at least for the time being. Now, taking a closer look at the door to nowhere, we get something that kind of looks like this over here. We have 5 gems that are kind of dull at the moment, and they are set into the archway. They cannot be removed. And there are a bunch of magical runes that circle the archway. Now, the artwork on all of these pillars are different, and each one features a different animal. And they are labeled as so. This pedestal has image works of a wolf. This one has images of phoenix. This one has images of an eagle. This one an octopus, and this one a unicorn. Now, prior to arriving to this area, the party arrived with a piece of parchment with a riddle on it, and the riddle goes as so. First came the land we walk upon. Second came the air we breathe deeply. Next came the water that sates one's thirst. After that comes the heated heart of the land. Finally came magic that allows us to alter fate. Now, if the characters are really interested in seeing what these runes are saying, perhaps the riddle that's on the parchment matches what's on the runes, or perhaps the runes just read the door to nowhere, or they may actually have some deity information or lore. Whatever it is, that's up to you as the DM. So that's all the information that we have. We have this archway that they can walk in and out of. This archway is decorated with 5 gems that cannot be removed, but they are embedded into the archway. There are also 5 pedestals, and again, these are kind of pillar-like, and they have a bowl on top of them. And the artwork for each pedestal is different. We have one of a wolf, one of a phoenix, one of an eagle, one of an octopus, and we have one of a unicorn. And you combine this scene with the riddle on the parchment. Do you know how to solve the puzzle? I'll give you a second if you'd like to figure it out. Did you get it? Great. Let's go over the answer. So the answer to the puzzle is they need to put an element into each pillar. Now, each pillar is represented by a different animal, and those animals represent a element. So with our phoenix, that is going to represent fire. With our eagle, that's going to represent air. Our wolf is going to represent earth. Our octopus, water, and our unicorn, being a magical creature, is going to signify arcane or magic. Now, the way to activate these pillars so that the gems will light up on the door to nowhere is to actually put an element of that type into the bowl on top of the pillar. So for the wolf pillar, they would need to put something like dirt or stones or rocks inside the pillar. For the octopus, they'd have to empty some of their water skin and put water into this one. For the eagle, they would need to put air. For the phoenix, fire. And for the unicorn, they would have to put some type of magic in there. So let's begin. Let's say that the first one the characters pay attention to is the Pillar of the Wolf. And our druid takes some dirt and a few rocks from the ground here and puts them into the wolf pillar. And when she does, the pillar glows with the color green and activates our green gem along the door. Now, if our characters decide to do the octopus pillar next by pouring water in there, rather than lighting up like the one of Earth did, this one's actually going to erupt with water, and it's going to freeze and send ice shards all the way through, and it's going to hit each of the characters for a certain amount of damage. And when that happens, the light of this pillar goes out, the gem is no longer lit, and the puzzle is reset. So when the characters first activated the earth pillar, why didn't the water pillar follow suit? Well, that is because of our riddle. Let's go over that again and take it line by line. First came the land we walk upon. The land we walk upon would be earth, so the characters would need to throw some dirt or rock or something that symbolizes earth into this pillar. And now the green gem on the door to nowhere is lit. The second line of the riddle, second came the air we breathe deeply. And the eagle representing air, so our character would need to come over here and they could just blow into the bowl of the pillar, or they could cast like a gust spell or something that symbolizes wind or air into this one. And when they do, this pillar has a yellow glow for air and the air gem on our door is lit. The third line of our riddle, next came the water that sates everyone's thirst. That would be the octopus, so now we could pour a little bit of water from our water skin into this pillar. Now this pillar is lit and our archway's blue gem now glows. The fourth line of the riddle, after that comes the heated heart of the land, representing fire. So our druid would come over here and stick a torch into the bowl or cast some type of a fire spell into there. And when she does, the pillar of the phoenix is now activated with a red glow and our red gem over here. And the final line of the riddle is finally came magic that allows us to alter fate. And of course that is going to be represented by our magical unicorn. So if a character comes over here and either casts, let's say, a cantrip or puts a magical item into this pillar, our door to nowhere now becomes a door to somewhere. And now our adventurers have opened up a passage and they can travel through the door and continue on with their adventure. So that is the door to nowhere, and I really like puzzles like this that give our players the opportunity to express their creative side and find all kinds of different ways to solve the puzzle. In fact, when Celeste ran this in a one-shot, one of my initial ideas for the pedestal of Earth was to have my Earth Genasi actually sit in the pedestal, but I decided to maybe just throw a few rocks in there instead. So that's all I have for you today. What did you think of the puzzle? Is this something that you could use in your game? And if so, what would you do differently? Once again, thank you to Celeste for submitting the puzzle to present on the channel and running a few of us through the one-shot. We had a great time. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let's get a few comments going. Thank you very much for watching, and on to the next.